This is a photo frame I made myself that was inspired by the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train ride at Disney World, of which I conveniently have a photo of right here. There he is. Can you see that? So I wanted that effect, and I wanted to do it cheaply, of course. So I decided to make my own version very cheaply out of foam board and with a few added details for a bit of extra fun. So here are all the materials I used to make this cute little cheap and easy Disney frame. Starting with the most awesome thing, foam board. Oh, awesome stuff. Use it for everything. Paint. A little, some type of scoring device to make the striations in the wood effect, those little lines to kind of give it a wood effect. If you'd like to make it exactly like mine, I have, if you want to paint any words on it, you need a stencil, either print it or draw it out. And then you would need, if you like, the little jewel effect. So I'm mining for some jewels. I use some cheap beads you can get at Michael's Arts and Crafts store, and I use some rope to make that little effect because I thought that's cute. And little finishing touches if you like it. If you like a little miniature wheelbarrow I got from Michael's, and a little miniature lantern that I also got from Michael's. In order to make the wood grain, basically all I did was take some sort of tool with a blunt, put the blunt point so that you can score a mark into the foam board without actually cutting through it. So I just made some random marks. Kind of the funkier the better. Of course, this isn't all that realistic looking. You can get as realistic as you want to, as you're capable of doing. I just wanted a quick effect because this is an art form unto itself, trying to make wood realistic, and that's a different video altogether. But that's basically how you do it. Continuing on with the wood look. Just take some paints, different color, whatever color paints you like, and you can use a, sorry I'm trying to talk while I'm doing this at the same time. You can use a paintbrush, or you could just use a paper towel. Because I like to do things cheap, and I hate cleaning paintbrushes, so if I can use a paper towel, I do it. So you just use whatever color you like. So you basically start out with a base coat, and then you can go over that when it dries with another paint. So an effect like that, to me, that's good enough. But according to you, whatever you want to do is completely up to you. I'm just going for a basic, simple effect. So I'm happy with that. But let me just say something about the foam board. You might notice kind of a little funky. I used the cheapest foam board that there is on the planet because that's all there was at the store at the time. I would use a better, this is like 99-cent foam board from Walmart. I think it's called Ross. So as you can see, this one's kind of hard to cut nicely. I would recommend using a better quality foam board. So to glue the foam frame pieces together, I just use tacky glue. There's probably all kinds of glues you can use. I find that tacky glue works just fine with foam. Not all glues do. Some glues will actually burn the foam and destroy it. But I also used the glue in order to glue To glue these little guys, these little beads, I just put some glue on them and just stuck them all into the wheelbarrow. And I also did the same thing I just glued the wheelbarrow onto the foam frame, and it actually held. I used the bottom frame has leverage, you can see, so that probably helps too, but a little bit of glue actually is holding that on so far. And I also just used that same tacky glue to glue a little bit of jewels on top there for some added decoration. If you would like to add some words to it, for instance, I labeled mine the Seven Dwarfs, and it's mine, it's a mine shaft. What I did was, you can either freehand it if you feel comfortable doing that, or you can make a little stencil. Oh, is that upside down? You print one out. I don't have a printer, so I had to draw mine. I know the word mine here isn't really fancy right now, but sometimes if you want to get fancy, it's better to stencil it out. So then to transfer that onto your little foam piece, I just took a little pastel chalk, a bit of chalk, and just cover up the back part of the words. Place it there. And then take a blunt tool and then just kind of at least do the outlines. Probably isn't so important to do the middle part. I'm going to paint in the middle part of each letter with paint, but the important thing is to get the outline. I'm just going to do one little letter here. And it also causes an indentation into the foam as well, and that helps mark it as well. And that does wipe off. I'm not going to wipe the excess bit that you don't want, can wipe off. But then I'm just going to fill in the letter M here. I'll fill it in with paintbrush. Or markers. There are markers that will work on that too. I just don't have any. So for the final decorative touches, I love this string effect. I just think that's cool. I see that on a lot of frames nowadays. It's a popular thing to do. I just think it looks neat. So I glued the mine sign onto the frame, and then I just wrapped this around. And you can glue it in the back, but I find sorry, trying to do this on camera. Trying to look at what I'm doing and look into the camera at the same time. It's not working. But I just slide it back here. I found that it stays like that, but it would probably be a good thing to glue it to. There. Bam. And then for the final thing, for my little lantern holder, I just took just a wire and I bent it into shape. First I pushed it through the foam. Made a hole in the foam for it, and then I'll just bend it into whatever shape I want. So it's going to be sticking out, and I'll just bend it like this. And I'll just take it and kind of bend it like that, so it will hold. This guy, and then you just go bam. And then for the back, when I don't know if you can see that I just bent it down. I just pushed it through the foam and just bent it down so it lies flat against the frame. So that's basically that. And then for this, I just didn't feel like buying another one that's glued down. I'd have to go buy another one to put it onto there. But all it is just glued on. So that's that. And there is the finished product along with a picture. And since I didn't have another wheelbarrow handy, I gave him a little basket of jewels. Or bucket, is that what it's called? Bucket. There we go. Bam. Oh. And we're out.